Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So this is part 2 of my visit to Riverside Antique Centre in Sawbridgeworth. Yes, and the Maltings, and you have to drive past all the other antique centres to get to it. But anyway, I do take a little bit of divergence away from glass, and I talk about a ceramics designer in this one. Yeah, well, he's known for being a ceramics designer, but he's also a glass designer. But I see some of his pottery and go, oh look, that's your man. Anyway, let's get on and have a look at the glass. And I do talk about a ceramics designer. Got a nice rinser in here. That's probably from about 1820, about 1810 might be. Also very nice sugar bowl next to it. And but the thing that caught my eye was this rinser here. Yeah. Can I get closer? No, that's as close as I'm going to get to it. That is a really nice, I think that is a late 18th century one. And I might have to look at that because they've only got £16 on it. Yeah, it's too nice. So I set out searching with very low expectations of finding another rinser like the one that I bought, because I did buy that rinser. It cost me £14 because it had £16 and underneath it said T2, which means £2 off for trade, and I did ask for that. So it cost me £14, that rinser. And so ScottishAntiques.com has got it, or they had a set of 6 for £525. They've got a date of 1775. I wouldn't fight that. I think I was thinking 1780, but it's all, nothing's super accurate. But anyway, when you're getting back into that period, because unless you've got an absolute, they didn't really produce, and unless you've got something that's come out where that's out of a country home, where they've actually got the purchase date and all that kind of stuff, it's very hard to pin them down. The manufacturers at that point were making catalogues, factory drawings, and I've not really seen any from that period. I've seen the odd flyer and things like that. But anyway, what is nice to read is my own visual acuity, because I've said this is the finest set of early English wine rinsers that we have ever offered for sale. Yeah, they are simply remarkable, and now I've got one. So I have a simply remarkable rinser, just so you know. Anyway, I'm glad they agree with me, and it's this cutting style, and I only have one other piece with this cutting style. So it does show you how rare it is, and I've never seen another rinser like it. I just recognised the cutting style and thought, I want that. At my last visit, and where I saw this candlestick here, can you see it? It's like a circle with a little candle piece hanging in the middle. I think it was Libovic, but I've never seen the whole service like this. That is really cool. It says 1930s Art Deco, and they're absolutely correct. And we'll have a look at the reference for that. So when I looked at the trinket set there, my immediate thought was Libovic, and it's because of the candlesticks. Okay, so pots are pots. If you look at this pot here and this pot and this pot, they could almost be, they've all got little, round pots with little legs on. All look it's kind of similarish, but the candlesticks are usually more distinctive. And this is a page from the Libovic catalogue, and you've got this one here, which is roundish, but with similar kind of pattern. You've got this round one here, but it's not the same pattern. You've got this one here, which has got a similar look to it as well, and this has got a similar look also to the tray, but it's not Libovic, because when I didn't find it in Libovic, my next thought was Rosyce, and I think I should have, usually I say Libovic or Rosyce, but yeah, it is Rosyce, and here it is. And
So we've got the patent. Well, we've got lots of patent numbers here. For each part has its own patent number, and this is a catalogue that I've got from the book Sklo Union, Art Before Industry, 20th Century Czech Pressed Glass by Marcus Newell. And yeah, you have to buy the book to get the CD to get this. So I thought I'd show you something else. This is glass trinket sets, and it's a website, and it has millions of glass trinket sets in it. And it can't. If I go back, this before you click on something. So when I clicked on roast, which one is this? Before I lose it, it's this one here. Okay, so before I clicked on it, you get this, and then if you want to know which one you think you're looking at, you have to start clicking your way through them. So in a way, it is a bit of a pain, and it's harder to look for stuff. But there it is, and the little bit extra information I was looking for, 1950s. So there you go. And it actually quotes Marcus Newell for information from the Ross size pattern books, but also just to give you a bit extra, they've got lots of photographs from other collectors that they've included, so you can get a better look at the candlestick if you want. Oh, didn't realise. I've not seen it like that before with this iridescence. So yeah, they do an iridescent one. This one looks a bit different. Is that different iridescence, or is that just, I think that's background colour reflecting in it, so that doesn't count. But so it comes in completely clear, and it comes in iridescence. And if you look at this, I think there is only one piece here that is iridescent. And I've probably explained this before, but this is done by putting salts into the oven, because you cool them in an oven after you've made them, and you throw some salts in it, and it creates these patterns on the surface.
I've come into this back area here, and there's not a lot here, but I did spot this. I've had to move something out of the way, and yeah, as soon as I saw this here, I thought, is it Stuart Stratford? And the answer is, yeah, I've looked underneath. Underneath it says Stuart England. I think this is from the 1930s. I don't know if this is catalogued. I've never seen it before. It's quite trendy. Is there a price on it? What has it got? £3. Really nice. Good condition as well. There's no bloom or anything in this vase. It's hardly been used. And I think it's probably 1930s, might be 1920s.
This is the Stuart Crystal 1938 catalogue, and here is the vase that we were looking at. And I've never actually seen one in real life, but I spotted this shape here. So, and it does look like they use this same shape for other cut patterns. It's the 27927. So this is 1938. There's only about 500 more pattern numbers in this catalogue, so it's going to be probably designed in either 1937 or 36 or something like that. And so we can pin it down to at least that, to the second half of the 1930s. And I think it's not common at all. As I said, I knew it was Stuart as soon as I saw the Stratford rings here. This is from the Stratford pattern, but I've never seen it before, and I would have spotted that up from a mile off. So, in fact, I did. So yeah, it's not a very common vase, and it is quite nice. And it was only £3, which is charity shop cost in an antique centre, which is why it's worth going into the little back rooms in antique centres. Oh, there's a little bit down here. Let's see what's down there. Yeah, worth doing.
Also in this bit, something that's probably not exciting to a lot of people is this bowl with this texture on it. It's pressed glass. I think this is Davidson's. I've never seen it before, but I recognise this texture. It's like little worms. I'm going to see if I can find that. But yes, I think it's from the 60s or 70s, so it is kind of like following that textured glass thing. Is there a price on it anywhere? It's £10. Oh, they've said Davidson's Luna. But there you go. Let's see if I can see it as a reference anywhere.
Here is the bowl I found. This one's been on sale in America. That's not very helpful. It says Davidson Brahma Luna Crystal Bowl, glass bowl. So I know that Davidson became Brahma in 1966. But this is nice because it's got this label on it. This one here. This is the sort of like Davidson's label, or symbol I should say. And it's on this bowl. Now, the last catalogue I have for Davidson is 1968, and this isn't, that bowl isn't in it, but I do have pictures of glass with the same label. So there you go. So this is the Davidson's 1968 catalogue I downloaded from Victorian Press Glass, and yeah, we've got the same, because it doesn't actually, it's just got this symbol. It doesn't actually say Davidson's, or it doesn't say Brahma. I did find this, which has got a silver rim, and it's got the Davidson's. Can I make that big? Oh, it's got the, yeah, it comes with this card. All Brahma products, especially treated, resist onset of tarnishing, blah blah blah. But anyway, you've got the Davidson's logo with Brahma written underneath it. And what was the other thing I found? Yes, the other exciting thing was it comes in blue as well. So there you go. And this one's on Etsy, so it's £45. Yay! And probably the problem is that nobody's really collecting this stuff. I mean, if you want that, if you don't care and you want that Whitefriars look without that Whitefriars cost, there you go. You've got it in a nice bright colour, and it's got the look, the 70s textured look, for £45 instead of £450 if it was Whitefriars for a big fruit bowl like that. But anyway, there you go. That's the label on there was right, is Davidson's. It will be from the 70s. Everybody's telling you it's from the 70s. So there we go.
Spotted something here. Got a Stewart crystal jug, and we've got how many tumblers? 5 tumblers. Are they marked? No, but I recognise this etch pattern. So yeah, there's a lot of noise. I don't know if you're going to be picking up this back. And there's also some little, so the little Sunday dishes here, they're in the Stratford pattern for Stuart. I'll only be able to get you a pattern number for the etching, but yeah, so that's really unusual. I've never seen this pattern on a jug or any of these bits, so that's really unusual to see.
Here we're looking at the Stewart Crystal 1927 catalogue, and yeah, so you've got this etched great pattern. I've had pieces like this, so I know it is the same pattern, even though it's not fantastically rendered on this drawing. And yeah, the only thing that's the same shape, because all of this is Stratford shaped, like, so it's all based on this pattern here, which is the plain version, is this little bowl here. There is other uses of this etched pattern here though. Look at this one here, and I think there's another one a bit further down somewhere. Where is it? Here. So obviously doing this etched great pattern was popular in 1927, but I have had a look in the 1938 catalogue, and only the Stratford version of it remains by then. So the likelihood is that the jug and glasses are either from the 20s or 30s, but probably not from the late 30s, because it looks like it had been reduced to one shape using this etched pattern by then.
So I've got a couple of Rihimaki vases here. I was looking at that, and then I noticed this, and I thought, oh, that looks like a Keith Murray design. And then, yeah, they're all three of these vases here. Keith Murray. He designed a lot of glass for Stevens and Williams. He was a prolific designer. I think he did something like 3,000 designs, and some of them they only made like 12. Yeah, really interesting to see his stuff. You don't see it that often. I think he just made millions of designs, and they were made in small numbers.
So there's me blubbing on about Keith Murray, and you might be thinking, who's he? Well, he's a designer, did a lot of work, interwar work. Don't know much about his after-war work, but this is his Wikipedia page. It says he's a ceramic artist, get that right. And however, the reason I know who he is because he did work for Stevens and Williams. Somewhere down here it tells you about it. In the 1930s, he did 1,200 designs for them. Some of them were produced as very, very short runs. And I just thought I love good designers that do influential stuff. So let me show you some of his work. So this is just Googling some of his ceramics, and you can see it has that very plain Art Deco, but in this sort of like English understated way. It's not so much about sharp angles, it's about the plainness and form. Nice tankards and vases and bowls, just all very simple. I quite like that one actually. And that's for Wedgwood. So he was doing designs for Wedgwood as well and others, but and then that didn't come up, so that we won't go there. But yeah, this is some of the works that he did for Stevens and Williams, and if you can see, it's very varied. I said he did 12, and like something like this looks like something with the black base, looks like something Orifice would do. Then you've got this cascadey looking pattern, looks like Whitefriars ribbed wave, but it's like a different shape. Let me see if I haven't actually dove into it. Let's have a look at this one here. Looks quite cool. Look at this. Yeah, nice vase with cactus on it. Pick something else, see if we can look at this sort of like underwater scene, it looks like. And then I haven't looked at this, but look at this is cool. Look at that. Yes, I would have that decanter and glasses. That is cool. So so that's why I saw those ceramics and thought Keith Murray, because yeah, they look just like all of this stuff here. So I knew what it was as soon as I saw it. Anyway, just thought I would highlight a designer, someone to look out for. He signs a lot of his pieces underneath, but they do have a very distinctive look.
In the back here I saw this super quality vase. I can't really get it. It's £15, and yeah, it's I recognise this cup pattern here. I think this will be Edinburgh and Leith. I don't know if I've got it in any of my books. It looks like it's probably early 20th century, so it's probably not going to be in any of the catalogues I'll get, but I will see if I can find it. I think this kind of style like this is called, this here is called St Andrews or something like that.
So I'm desperately trying to find that pattern with the top half is like the Star of Edinburgh, which is very distinctive. So this is replacements.com, and the Star of Edinburgh pattern says it's from 1980 to 2006. Now I didn't know that it was that late. And let me scroll down. There was one where it looked a bit clearer. Let me show you this one here, and you can see here you get a thick piece, a thick cut, and then you get 3 narrow ones, and then another thick, and it does that all the way around. It creates very distinctive, and they use this motif a lot in their current glass, or more recent glass, I should say, put it that way. And I thought, so that looks earlier. So I went back to the only catalogue that I've got that's earlier is 1923. And going through that, there is no Star of Edinburgh cutting. But I did find this little vase here, which is the closest I've got to it, which has got a similar kind of number of cuts here, but there's no little interceding ones, the little thin ones, 3 that go between. And then you've got this diamond like that had with the fine hobnails cut in it. It does look like it's a close motif in general principles. But without the Star of Edinburgh cut into these fans. So, it's very difficult to pin this down. I don't know when they started doing this Star of Edinburgh exactly. It does say 1980, but is this a motif that they were already using? They clearly weren't using it in 1923. If it is them, it's going to be post-war. I can't find it anywhere in the replacements, which kind of says it's probably closer to the war. It's very hard to pin down, and I've not found it. And I was really hopeful that I would. It so looks like a Edinburgh crystal piece. So there you have it. Bargains. Weren't there bargains there? Yes. And I bought one. I bought the rinser. And it's in, if you go back a couple of videos to stuff I bought for me, birthday edition, you'll see it there in more detail. But here I actually find absolute verification of the date that I think it is. Well, at least someone, it's not absolute verification, but someone else is agreeing with me. So fantastic. Anyway, with that said, all the contact details for Riverside Antique Centre will be in the description below. All the references I use will be in the description below. And thank you for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe because it really helps my channel. And have a good night. Good night.